So I want to share an example of how to work through a trigger because I'm actively doing it right now. It is the end of the semester and I am wrapping up with a course that I teach on institutional oppression for social work students. And so I've been reading their final papers, and this semester there is one student who clearly got to the end of the semester and didn't get some of the main points. And I found myself feeling really activated. The symptoms of this, the signs of this were this situation continuing to pop in my mind, thinking about the student and kind of like replaying what I could have or should have done. I should have paid attention earlier. Maybe I should have been stronger in my response back. So there's been intrusive thoughts. And also I've just been like grumpy. I've been feeling grumpy today. I read this paper yesterday. And so I find that I have like less patience and I'm just feeling like, ugh. So I took a walk and I asked myself, well, what am I feeling and where is it coming from? And this situation popped into my mind. And so then I asked myself a level deeper, okay, like what's really going on here? Like, why is this so upsetting to you? There are other students who get to the end of the semester and like might not make some connections, but why is this one in particular activating you? And what came through is that the particular connections the student was not making mirror or reflect or are similar to my upbringing and people that I have encountered in my past. Meaning that I grew up in spaces. I was raised by a parent who had some of these similar blocks, I guess I would say, as I see in this particular student. So I realized that what's happening is that I'm getting this one student's response, but it feels like all these other people I know are squeezed in and represented by the student. And so in this one student's response, I'm receiving that from like 20 different people. I'm feeling it as though it's coming from 20 different people, all very personally connected to my past. So that's a trigger, right? There's something in reality now that like rubs us a little bit, but it stings because there's a wound there. And so by recognizing this, it allows me to disconnect the blame from that student. Now that's the tricky part, and that's the important part about recognizing our triggers. It helps us stop projecting our shit onto other people. It helps me be able to respond in a way where my past trauma isn't coming through and causing like an overcompensation or like a sense of aggression in my response. Because I can separate out like, okay, the reason this is bothering me so much is that it's bringing up childhood memories of times when I didn't have power and I was surrounded by people who believed a certain kind of way. But that's not the situation anymore. I'm an educator, I'm a teacher, and my responsibility is to help guide people into understanding. And so it allows me to separate the emotions, the emotional impact, the experience of the trigger activation from the student themselves as a particular individual with a particular journey, with particular blind spots, as we all have blind spots. And then I get to respond to the student as though they are a human and not make them responsible for all these people that hurt me in my past. That's my share of the day. Let's normalize triggers. Let's normalize talking about triggers, and let's normalize processing through and taking some accountability and responsibility for what we do with our triggers. See y'all next time.